Hola, welcome back. Today let me show you how to prepare what we call glass cake or coca de vidrio. It's very delicate cake, very crunchy, that's why it's called glass cake. And all you need is the following ingredients: some flour, very little amount of sugar, olive oil, some dry yeast or fresh yeast as you prefer, some pine nut seeds or sliced almonds. If you don't like them, you can skip those, and finally some anise liqueur for the final touch. That's important. So let's start combining our dry ingredients, namely the flour, the dry yeast. A pinch of salt is always nice for enhancing the flavor. Give it a quick mix and then pour some olive oil and finally lukewarm water and start mixing until combined. And after a while you can start working the dough with your fingers until getting a homogeneous dough. Now let's sit for 30 minutes. And after this time you can start working with the dough again. As you will see, the dough has increased in volume. So dust your hands in flour. As you see here now, the dough looks different. It's more flexible. And now for the amount I prepared, and you will see in the recipe, I divided the dough in two halves for getting two cakes and started rolling them out. So I retrieved two balls as you see here. And why I'm doing this? Because we need to let them rest for another 5 to 10 minutes. Why? Because the gluten is really like chewing gum, and we want our cake to be as flat as possible. That's very important. And if you start working with the dough immediately after rolling it, it won't be as thin as you want, right? You need to let the dough sit for a while. As you see here, then I started to roll it out with a pin. If you notice that your dough is sticking, then just dust with a little bit more flour and continue making it thinner and thinner and thinner as long as you can. That's important. Don't hesitate to add as much flour as you need. And once in a while, wait some seconds and then continue rolling again. Because as said, you need some time for the dough to be relaxed because of the gluten. And now transfer it to your tray or to your baking paper, whatever you have. And as you will see here, my dough now was too large, so I just adjusted the shape. I trimmed the excess dough and I use it later on for the next cake. And I still continue to make it more flat. The flatter the better, because it will be thin and crispy. So now sprinkle on some sugar, but beforehand add some olive oil so the ingredients will stick. Spread it with your fingers. Sprinkle on some pine seeds or sliced almonds if you prefer. The most typical are the pine seeds. Press a bit with your fingers so they will stick, and then dust with sugar. You don't need to add a big amount of sugar, but it's up to you. And now it's ready to go to the oven. Preheat the oven to the highest temperature you can get. Normally it would be something like 250 degrees Celsius. It has to be really, really hot. And let it cook for 8 to 10 minutes or until it's golden brown. That's important. The temperature and the amount of time will depend on your oven, right? And now immediately after, that's important, immediately after, pour some anise liquor on top, and you see it's boiling, it's piping hot, and this will create the amazing glass-like texture. It will be glossy, it will be cracky, amazing. Voila. That's why it's called glass cake. Let it cool for some minutes and enjoy it. Leave your comments and hope you can try this out. See you soon.